Sure if it was built 20 years ago or 40 years ago. For some reason, they put all of the outlets at places that are either behind furniture or that you can't get to, or they put two in a room, and now everything needs power. So we're gonna give you the power. Not only are we gonna give you the power, we're gonna give you the power where you want it and where you need it. Bell & Howell has come up with this incredible design. It's called the Spin Power. It's a charging station, so everything can plug into it, and then some. I love the design of this. I love the price of it. Sale priced at $39.99, and I love that Chad Allen brings us some of the smartest products out there. And you know, I love that even on the top, they didn't even waste the top of it. No. There's so many places to plug in, but you think about it, everything has to plug in.
Everything.
Now. Yeah.
Everything has to plug in. Everything needs to charge. You get ready in the morning, you have your hair dryer, your blow dryer, or you know, those are the same things, your flat iron, your curling iron, things like that. But what are we talking about? It's a tower of power. So it's called a Spin Power, and you might be looking at your screen thinking that cord is awfully short. Take a look at this. I'm gonna hold the base, but I'm gonna pull the cord. See, I'm gonna do it slow. See how that top is spinning? And then I can pull this cord out. I'm gonna try to keep this in, okay, there we go. I'm gonna try to keep it in the shot because you can get 4 feet of cord. It's too long. I can't even fit it on your TV screen. And if this becomes too much cord, which it will be too much cord for your bathroom counter or your kitchen counter, hold the base and just spin that top. That's how you retract the cord right back in. I promise I can get it all back in there in about 5 seconds. There, it's all back on the inside. That's cord management. That's clutter-free. That's organization at its finest. We're talking about 11 different ways to plug things in. 4 of those 3-prong outlets there. That's the grounded outlet, so you get 4 of those all the way around. And then you notice at the top tier, you're getting 6 of your rapid charging 2.1 amp USB ports. Those things are mighty fast and sturdy, okay? And at the very top, for the first time ever, this is what we've been talking about. You just come in and you place your phone or your AirPods or things that wirelessly charge on the top of this, and that's how you're able to get the wireless charge without any sort of cords, cables, or any mess at all. To get all that packed into here, you would pay that just for the wireless charging pad that we have built right in for the first time ever. These alone cost the price of admission, so that is built right in. That's a huge deal to so many of our customers, which by the way, that can be your AirPods as well. They wirelessly charge. But Alice, to get a name brand like Bell & Howell, we've been around 115 years. We're in 99 countries. That's a huge deal. And then we've been here for almost 15, so this is a home run item.
But you know, Bell & Howell is doing some of the best, smartest solutions. They are just a practical company, because who doesn't need places to plug in? And we don't have them. Even if you have a couple of outlets in your room, if you're lucky, you have 2, right? But they maybe have a place to plug in 2 things. Well, I don't know about you, but it's like in the bathroom. You're right, you know, but by the time you get the hair thing, and then you have your toothbrush, and then you have your curling iron, and just so many different things. And actually, I'd like to charge my phone wherever I am. Yeah. So this is gonna go in your bathroom. I would get one for the bathroom. I would get one for the kitchen. You need these, you want these, and you will use these. And every time you place this on top, you'll go, I can never plug that thing back in again. Right. It's funny how sometimes the simplest things make the biggest difference, but doing just the set on top just changes everything. And being able to spin it around so that everything can fit, because the other thing I love, Chad, about this is even if I have like a big bulky kind of a plug, right? It will still fit because of, look at the way they did these. Everything is so smart about the design.
Yeah, so the big chunky bricks, I'm gonna try to get it off my shirt here. This is from my Theragun, my massager, right? So it's got a big chunky brick. I could do that anywhere I want, anywhere, and then look, all the outlets are still there. Actually, I'm gonna stand to the side. All the outlets are still there, even though that cord is plugged in. You know where I can't do that? Right here. On one of these. Right. And it leads me to my next point. What are we replacing? The power strips is one of them. I can plug that in on the end, sure, but I've even blocked that one next to it. So if I wanted to plug it in for real, I'd probably plug it in here, and now I've lost 2. So with our Spin Power, you get 11 things to plug in. You actually get to utilize 11 things to plug in. But if we talk about surge protection for 1 second, because I think the first reason we buy this is because we want more outlets, sure. But we also need to protect our devices. So our surge protectors are power strips. These are great. We've had these forever. I'm not knocking these at all. However, did you know surge protection expires? It runs out. Your TV may be plugged into a power strip, power will basically last forever. It's the surge protection that you have to keep buying new. Every 5 years, you need to buy surge protection, because surge protection has a little bank on the inside. That's how it works. So when you lose power and your power comes back on, this takes a little jolt every time that power comes back on, right? It's over 5 years. How many times have you lost power over the last 5 years? It just fills up. That's the whole thing, and it can't take any more hits. So then you're not protected anymore. So Alice, yesterday, Bobby Ray Carter and I presented this, and this, by the way, I have one more show at 5 o'clock, and then that's it for the whole weekend. But Bobby Ray Carter and I were talking, and we decided, what if we just said it another way? What if we said for $40, I can give you surge protection for 5 years? Wouldn't that sort of change your mindset? If you're gonna buy that TV, if you're gonna buy that computer, if you're gonna buy that phone and you're gonna plug it in, why not just plug it in to surge protection so you guarantee you're protected for at least the next 5 years?
Just to put it another way, for under $40, I can give you, let's see, 1, 2, 3 outlets. The price of an electrician coming in and adding one outlet to your home. Do you know what that would be? If you can even book somebody at this point, you know, everybody's so busy. Well, you're gonna be able to put the outlets wherever you want them and change it. You know, because sometimes it does change. Maybe I want it in the bathroom, maybe I want it in the kitchen. I'm doing a lot of cooking or something. Then you wanna plug in all your appliances, do it. If you wanna keep it with your surge protection for your electronics, make it a place where everything can plug into, but under $40, all of these, the ability to plug in everything. And to your point, I know how much, I bought one of these things. Okay?
Yeah, this.
I actually broke the port on my phone, so this is the only way I can charge my phone now. I know, right?
That's okay.
So it's the only way I can do it, but let me tell you, what I paid for this, you know, this on sale, and I get all of this on top of that. And I love the fact that it is a retractable cord.
Yes.
Because these other things that you have over here, these cords are the worst. I had one behind a piece of furniture. You couldn't hide it.
Right, that's why
way.
we sort of bundled it up and plugged it into itself
design.
Because it's such a mess. We're also replacing the extension cord. So besides replacing the power strip, which by the way only has 6 ways to plug things in, we're giving you 11 and USB ports. So this only has 6. This only has 5. We're replacing that. So that's 11 right there. I know I can do some math. And then we're replacing the extension cord as well. But here's the thing I want to point out. Whether you're buying mine or anybody else's, you need to look at the gauge of the extension cord of the unit that you're buying, okay? What do I mean? I mean, when I pull this out, you see how thick our black cord is here? It's the same girth, the same gauge here as our orange extension cord. What does that mean? That means the electricity going through the cord is able to make it to the unit. If I'm gonna plug 11 things in, the size of the cord matters because you're looking for grounded outlets. If you have a cheap, wimpy cord, you're gonna get cheap, wimpy power. That's just how electronics work. And so you might think, oh, that cute and delicate and little. If you're plugging 11 things in, it better be a heavy-duty cord in order to get that power to where you need it. So to get your extension cord, to get your 3-prong grounded outlets, your 6 rapid charging USB ports, your wireless charging pad built into the top, your 3,000-watt surge protector, we didn't even get to, and I don't really touch on it very often, but the overload protection. So you're never going to overcharge your device. You can leave it on there all night and it knows what you plug in. It never gives you too much power, it gives you just enough. And to get the legacy brand name that we've all desired, Bell & Howell, for over 115 years. If you're gonna trust a brand to protect your electronics, it should be a company like Bell & Howell, who's been in business as long as we have. Yeah.
So many different ways for you to be able to plug in, so many different ways, and places that you wanna plug in so that it's convenient for you. The places that they put the outlets, even today, you would think at this point now, you know, I mean, we realize we need outlets, a lot more outlets, and we need them in different places, but for some reason, the home builders just have not really caught on to that.
Right.
So you're still stuck with these outlets really way down low or behind something. You can have your outlets where you want them and get everything plugged in and make it that station where everything is just kind of all put together. But you stop and think about how many things in your house right now have to be plugged in. And I'm just talking about electronics, not even, you know, your appliances, your hair things, everything else.
Right there's the kitchen. We're looking at a video of the kitchen right now. Alice and I are in the kitchen set. I know it's a fake studio here, but we're here in the kitchen set because you can plug real things into this. There's a clock on the screen, so let me just touch on the rapid charging USB because it's also another one of the top 3 reasons customers always buy this. You can take your cord with your little brick and you can plug it into our the outlets here just fine. Don't do that though. Here's the trick. Take your little cord out of there and plug it directly into the USB. What do I mean? These little bricks are only 1 amp, okay? So that's why you're getting a trickle charge. When you use a rapid charging USB port like I'm showing you here, you've doubled your speed. 1 amp, 2.1 amp. That means I'm cutting my charging time at half. If you've ever looked at your phone and you've noticed 1%, 1%, 1%. Plug your USB port into here, you're gonna get twice the charge as these little bricks. The same thing applies to the top wireless charging pad. That's rapid charging. And every single port and the wireless charging pad on top, everything, unlike others, everything is surge protected. And if you ever do have that surge of power and it blows a breaker, you can reset it right here with the reset switch, which other companies don't have. And then don't be afraid to plug these gigantic chunky bricks in. My hair dryer has one. My blow dryer has one, my big old Dyson, it has one right here. It's bigger than this, or smaller than this. This is my largest one I could find at home for my Theragun, and it plugs in here, and the outlet on that side is still exposed, and the outlet on this side is still exposed, and I have access to all 6 of my USB ports without compromising any other space. So to get something that you actually can use, so if I'm gonna spend money to buy something, I better be able to use it, and this you can actually use.
And you can use these everywhere. I mean, just stop and think about all the places. When you think about dorm rooms, for example, you think about my daughter's looking at apartments in New York City.
Oh.
How many outlets you think there are in old apartments in New York City, right?
None.
I mean, stop and think about all the things you need to plug in. This is the way you plug them in. You get the surge protection, you get the fast charging, you get the charging on top that you just set it right on top as well. So everything about this is just a great design, under $40. Grab a couple of these and take advantage of our 5 flex payments. I think that ends at midnight tonight as President's Day winds up, but the wind up is also in the cord.
Yeah, it's retractable. Absolutely brilliant. I love this item. Thanks, everybody.
You will love it too, and most importantly, you will use it. It will solve so many problems for you. We got to plug it in, so make it easy and make it fast and make it protected with that surge protection, okay? So absolutely do not miss out on it. Don't miss out on our today's special.